Welcome back, Bravehearts. This is day 3. I hope it is day 3. I'm not so good at counting. But welcome back to Braveheart Nation Creation. And but are we actually creating things? You're not creating things unless you change. But here's the deal. I did a whole life coach course. There was about just over 50 people in it. And guess what? At the end of it, a lot of them felt a little grumpy at the end, right? And do you know why? Because they didn't get the message. Oh, do you really think you are your authentic self? I can tell you honestly, since I was 27 years old, I've been working on this hard, like really hard, okay? When I was 20 years old, I started waking up. When I was 12 years old, I could read what people were thinking. I could tell who they really were. Well, it was before that because my father had me, baptized for the second time, hoping that he could get the devil out of me because I could tell what people were thinking. I was that young. And then I suppressed it until I was around 19 years old, 18 years old, and then I allowed it to come back again. So I need you to know this, and please don't take this wrong, but they call, what's that guy, the mediate and psychic, whatever, that guy? Well, you know what? Everybody has that. It's called intuition. When you honor, love, and respect yourself, and you truly believe in spirit, and you're not in some kind of religion, but you totally believe in spirit, then you know what people are really saying and who they really are. This is not a game, but if you ever want to sit down one-on-one, I'll tell you who you really are. And I'll tell you what's really going on. See, the thing is that we don't get this. And you need to put this in your head. You're not in control. Your subconscious is in control. And guess what? I'm not in control. My subconscious is in control. Say that out loud. I'm not in control. So that's why when you're being nasty or you're having a mood or a temper tantrum, even though you're adults, I love you anyway. Because I know that you don't understand that, but guess what? You all think you're in control because you've been doing something long enough and strong enough. That's all. Let's make this perfectly clear, and this is science. Only 10% of your mind is in the conscious moment. 90% is the subconscious. So that means that if we were to do the math, you're in the subconscious moment. You're in the subconscious 90% of your day. Yes or no? I'm in the subconscious 90% of my day. But here's where the rubber hits the pavement. I own my beliefs. I don't care what you think. Long as I have unconditional love for you, why would I care what you think? Would I help out what you think when you're struggling? Yes, but do I take it personal? Why would I do that? Only a fool would do that. Do I need your approval to unconditionally love myself and you? No, I don't. And I'll tell you, your subconscious, for most people, you would like me to hate you, or you would like me to dislike you at least. Because then I would feed your belief that I'm not nice, okay? And then to allow you so that you can go and rant and rave because it's 3:15 and it's time to do it because you're only running a program. They did a major study. And this is the majority of the population, 2% in the present moment. Now, does anybody know that you cannot heal the body unless you're in the present moment? Now, what cancer patient or autoimmune patient is in the present moment? No, they're so focused on their pain and their suffering and what they don't have and why God has deserted them. God didn't desert you. You deserted yourself. And you deserted yourself by not knowing that you aren't yourself. So did you really desert yourself? No, not really. But you did because you didn't listen, because there's always little signs everywhere. There's all little signs everywhere that there's a better way, a healthier way. But do you take it? No, because you still don't get the one thing I tried to teach you. Your program is the program of the church, of the government, and of your parents and your peers and the teachers that you went to. Oh my God, we're all so screwed. We're just so screwed. And you know what? I got to tell you, when you totally wake up, then you're going to be frustrated. If you wake up, you're going to be very frustrated. You're going to be frustrated if you don't have unconditional love for others, because you're going to go, oh my God, they're so stupid. They're such idiots. Why is she so fat? Why is he so skinny? Why is he so sick? Why is the tumor so big? Why did it have to come back twice? Why did it have to come back 3 times? You know, why do they talk about their illnesses? Why do they talk about their sicknesses? Because whatever you talk about, you get more of. Oh my God, it is so easy to be obese. I could walk around and be obese and fit in more. God, I go to the mall, I'm scared I'm going to be eaten. My teachings are not for the majority. And I'm okay with that. I mean, how many friends do I really have time for? But I'm not looking for enemies either. I'm looking for brave hearts. I'm not looking for friends. I'm not looking for enemies. I'm looking for brave hearts. I don't like what you have to teach, and I don't even like you, Daryl. Yeah, if I was you, I wouldn't like me either. Good. Have a great day. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you hate me. See, you don't get that. You know, there's actually people in the last class that, well, I'll walk by and I'll have a slight smile on my face and I'll look at them. And guess what they do? They stay stone cold, and it's called screw you. Screw you, Daryl. You went and made me have to work too hard. And you said I wasn't good enough who I was. And then I would say to them, if I could in a loving way, is it good enough who you are? Would you like more? Because that's not who you are. That's not who you are. Because who you are is a shining star. Who you are is a beautiful spirit that wants to rise. I don't want thank you. I don't want credit. I don't want nothing. My God, the best service I could ever do is to come down here and try to help you find your light. I don't want credit for it. I don't even want to be known for it. I don't want people saying to me either, oh, Dr. Wolf, or they get on the phone and they're nervous and they can't even speak, like I'm some idol or something or superstar. I want people to look at me as, you know, just like everybody else. It's really bad. And it just shows me how dysfunctional we are, you know, when, oh, okay, I have a question, but I'm going to be really quick. Have we heard that like a million times this week? I've got a question, I'm going to be really quick. Now, would you say that to your daughter? So why don't you show me the same respect? Why don't you just, you know, everybody stresses me out. Hi, Dr. Wolf, I got to talk to you. And I know you're really busy. And, oh, geez, I just want to get off the phone, because it's like, why can't they just come on and go, hi, Dr. Wolf, I've got some questions. Not 1, not 2, but I've got 20. And I'd say, well, I've got time for 2. If you call me back at this time, I'll do the other 18. Because guess what? It's not how many questions you have. It's your value. When you call and you go, you know, I've got only 1 question, I'll be really quick. There's no value. Does anybody notice that I demand things? I demand what I need. Okay? I demand what I need. I don't demand it like pushing, bully, that kind of stuff. But if you're not selfish to know what you need, how are you ever going to get it? You got to be selfish enough to know what your needs are. And why are you even here? I want to know why the people that came that were upset with me because I was trying to expand their consciousness, why were they getting upset with me when they came for change? And I didn't tell them to change. I said, could you just love yourself more? Could you let people off the hook? Could you go back and retell the story about the rape, about the physical beating, the emotional beating, the mistreating? Could you just go and then retell the story, because if you retell the story, because you have an imagination, so use it, because your imagination went negative, because you went and you made the story, the rape, the physical beating, the emotional beating, and you made it worse and worse. And every time you did it, you made it worse and worse until you got everybody buying into it and everybody felt sorry for you. And now you're a victim, and now you'll never grow. And now you just create an invisible jail for yourself for the rest of your life, a life sentence of hell. And this is why you'll get a good training. But this is why I'm going to have an advanced emotional intelligence training. And you will have to be interviewed first before you'll take it. Why? Because if you're not ready for it, then I emotionally abused you. And now I can justify that even the guy I gave money to and came to take the course emotionally abused me. Everybody is so emotionally broken today. It is. Now I know why the yogis hide in a cave for 20 years. I'm not going to hide in a cave because guess what? The reality is, you know what people say to me? Oh, you're so busy. Do you meditate? Do you meditate in the morning and at night? And I go, no. My whole day is a meditation. How do you do that? I don't take it personal. I don't need approval. I only focus on one thing, unconditional love for myself and the world, because the world's not going to change. Yes, it is. Well, yeah, but not the way you think. Because freedom has to happen first in the subconscious. That's the only place. The subconscious is this big filing cabinet. 90% of your brain. You don't realize when you're just going blah, 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 that you're not even in control. Do you even think about what you think about? Most people don't, do they? And they just can't wait to say something important. What if you actually had a meter right here? Remember the old taxi cabs where you go like this and you pull it down? And every time you said a word, you have to pay for it. I tell you, that is the only way that you will have a human rising. Because we're so attached to money. You can believe this or not believe this. I lost $85,000 in 3 weeks. Due to the hurricane, due to somebody who said that they could bring stuff across to Mexico. I lost all of it. They threw it all in the garbage, but they didn't. They kept it. So, and that's only part of it. And guess what? And don't get me wrong. And then you guys will have one little thing. And it's the end of the world. And do you know what I say? I'm bigger than this. I got this. And I look to my creator, because everybody's got a different creator. And I go, I need more. Bring it on, Big Daddy. And it comes to me. Because why? You all think that you deserve. You're all asking for the same thing, but you never get it. Because in your subconscious, you don't deserve it. You bad little girl, you bad little boy. Who would love you? Oh yes, I'm just so lucky, so rich. Little do you know, is it's like this. I go from project to project, and I dream up the project, and I don't have the money. By the time project comes, I got the money. So don't tell me I don't know about emotions. Don't tell me I don't know about the brain, because I'm done. And eventually, I won't be doing these courses. Other people will. And then what will happen is so many people around the world will want to take my courses. And the same course that you're taking, you'll have to pay $25,000 for it, because it'll have to be very limited. And why? Because I'm greedy? No. Because guess what? You don't understand value. You're all getting this for free. And you'll walk out of here and go, oh, he was entertaining, most of you. Oh, that was entertaining. Because unless I start really charging people and I hit your pocketbook, it doesn't affect you. Think about how many people are here, and we can fill this room. I'm not cocky. I'm not smarter than anybody else. I just unconditionally let myself off the hook before I even put myself on the hook, so I have more energy than you. So I allow the light in. And then you have your little sinner stuff and your failure stuff. And guess what? That's why it's so easy for me to, oh my God, he's so lucky. No, I make lucky. Thank you very much. Oh my God, he must have so much money. No, I don't. It just shows up when I need it. Because guess what? God works for me. But God doesn't work for you. Because you're a little sinner, you're a little failure, you just don't deserve it. And you're just running a program. And you actually think that, you know, that's how the universal God works, right? That if I suffer long enough and strong enough, I'm going to get into heaven. And do you ever do this? What about me? Why is he so lucky? There's nothing about it. You could have the most miserable person, terrible person in the world. But if they believe they're going to be rich, they're going to do it. If they believe they're going to get well, they're going to do it. You have some kind of game that, you know, oh my God, Fauci's going to get his. Really? 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 What kind of world do you live in? Tell me that any of the people that actually decimated and cremated people ever got it. They'll pick one or two people to just pretend, but then the real people never do get it. So don't give me that either. So stop focusing on the politics and stop focusing on the COVID. Stop focusing on the vaccine. Stop focusing on the spike proteins. And anyways, we already know how to dismantle them. So I know the doctors are going, the science shows that if you get the vaccine, you'll be dead in a year or 2 years. Well, you will be if you don't change. The majority of the population is sick in the mind and sick in the body. If you're sick in the mind, sick in the body, and you put something in you that was meant to kill you, it probably will. Now, if you're not sick in the mind and sick in the body, you will override it because God always finds a way for those who believe they don't have to pay. That's all I got to say about that because it's the truth. I have no fairy tale beliefs. If you said to me, what are your beliefs? I'd tell you there is no beliefs. I have no beliefs. They change all the time. But they're all based on unconditional love for myself and everybody else. My God, I have such a good day. Yeah? So this morning, I was probably 3 minutes late. But I had a bomb go off on the way walking here. Right? How am I doing? I know how to stay in the present moment, and I'm going to do it. But you don't. Oh, there's people in here, you should see, oh my God, I can tell when you're just getting into your miserable crap. I just want to be away from you. Whoa. Or I observe you and just go, yeah, just keep watching here. Wow, they're dedicated to it. Look at how they're dedicated to their suffering. That is so cool. Yeah. Yeah, why are you alone? I'll tell you why you're alone. Why are you with somebody you don't like? I'll tell you why. You don't like yourself. Don't think I don't know what you're thinking. Don't think I don't know what's going on. Let's make that perfectly clear. And I will keep on giving with unconditional love so that I don't get upset when it gets disrespected, because it will. Because the people that disrespect the things that I give for nothing are people that are worth nothing to themselves, and it's not their fault. It's their subconscious. Do you understand? So don't think I don't know. Let's make that perfectly clear. And you know what? But let's keep it light, because the only deal is to turn them into a bright light and then move on to the next one. So I'm not going to get upset, because that would be really crazy. Oh, wow. Bright light, enjoy your life. Okay, whoa, dark light, let's brighten them up. Next. So I understand. So I got it. So that's my mission. So I picked that mission. So why would I be upset? Well, only if you're a fool, Daryl. So people don't upset me, but it doesn't mean that I won't come from under my tree and roar. So understand, I've said it before, believe what you want. God gave you your spirit, and man manipulated your mind, because no God would make your subconscious 90% of your brain. And that's all it is a storage shed. And no God would say, well, when you come in as a spirit, from 0 to 7, whatever you see, whether it's your mother being beat up, your father being an alcoholic, your mother being a drug addict, okay, your parents fighting all the time over money, you will learn that that is a normal way of living. So by the time that you're 7, you will never experience heaven again. We will condemn you to hell because you're a little sinner, because you're a fallen angel. What a bunch of crap. My father said, you know what? We're all fallen angels. And guess what? I believed it. And then I didn't believe it by the time I was becoming a teenager, and I just wanted away from him. Okay? And then I realized later, I was a fallen angel. I was pure of spirit, came down here, came into a physical body. We're the psycho elite have always enslaved us since the beginning of time. And we're slaves, and we've always been slaves, and we'll always be slaves, but I won't be a slave. If I have one more hour, one more day, it doesn't matter. I am going to live free and be. And don't mess with me, because I'm connected to my source. Because you can't connect yourself to your source unless you're unconditional love. Somebody in this class said to me when I talk like that, will it be okay though if I keep my religious beliefs? And I said, yeah, go ahead if you want, but go ahead, that's really cool. And that was, and please don't get me wrong, but seriously, Daryl, I want to like you, but your teachings are just too way out there. Because I could never unconditionally love myself. That's what that person said. And that person is sitting here. And I'm giving this to that person as a gift right now. Hopefully they'll take it. Do you think I just randomly say things? No, Robin, I don't. I don't want masses of people to come here. Somebody said to me the other day, eventually you'll have 10,000 people in your audience. And I said, absolutely not. No, I'm not looking for followers. I'm looking for leaders. And to have leaders, you must keep the numbers small. Leaders will change the world. Followers will go off a cliff if they don't have the right leader. And a follower, when they're not around the right leader, will follow another leader and they'll still go off the cliff. Are we done yet? Are you starting to understand who I am, or who I'd like to be, or who I'm reaching to be? And the reality is this: I'm not intense. Get me away from here. Get me away from where I'm trying to train people, trying to crack the no coconut, trying to go into your 90% of your brain and tell you to rewrite the story. Why are you doing the same thing every day if you don't like what you're doing? Do you just ask yourself logical questions? You think we can just put some logic into our lives, please? Like not jumping to grab a plane because there's a crisis. Using a frickin' formula, Gary. I let it go for a while, but then I didn't want you to go, because there's always a plan. And what's that? Well, if it's something more legal, you call a lawyer. You pay $50, $100, you get a letter. You get that letter with a stamp on it. And then that letter gets taken to where you need it to go with your friend. and that person's put on notice. Why don't we just do that? Why don't we get really creative? You know what? Because guess what? Gary, you've been traumatized and dramatized so much in your life with your wife passing on with cancer, and then with your children not processing things properly. And your family looks for an atomic bomb to go off, okay, to justify their life. And what, not their life, but what? Help me out. Their subconscious. Because the subconscious is always terrorized and in fear. And the people don't believe this because they say it's impossible, but I don't have any fear. You couldn't make me feel scared about nothing. Oh, the only thing is if I'm going upstairs to the room and you're hiding around the corner, you go, boo, that's it. I agree about that, but that's not fear. That's just like, just crap my pants, thanks. But you make no mistake. You make no mistake. I'm not saying that I'm like Jesus, but you make no mistake. You got the wrong impression what Jesus was. You got the wrong impression. You know what? Wouldn't it be great to have nothing and be everything? Wouldn't it be great to have nothing and be everything? When we need everything and we end up being nothing, that's what we are right now? Well, that's kind of a bummer. We'll be back in a few minutes. This afternoon, I'm going to have, see how I can change? I'm psycho. No, because I'm in control. I'm in control. And I'm not trying to control anything. I'm in control because I'm in the flow. I'm not in control because I'm trying to control. I'm in control because I'm in the flow. Thanks for the flow. And off we go. Listen, we'll be doing Cell Sonic this afternoon, probably the most powerful advanced energy medicine equipment ever made in the world for healing. Dismantling the V. It can reverse a cancer situation in one treatment. We can prove it with our thermography that it is totally non-toxic. And our thermography will actually show you if you've got cancer coming 8 years from now, if you don't change. Oh, no, no, no. Guys, when you see our treatment center, we are the best in the world. I have a device that's $250,000 that will reverse cardiovascular disease. I've got so much stuff. And that's when we're really going to get the people that really are going to be listening. Right now, I've got people that are emotionally screwed up that come here. And but the reality is we all got screwed up. So everybody that comes here is screwed up. So you got to know that. But the reality is try to just be conscious of it so that you don't terrorize yourself and everybody else here. That would be fun, wouldn't it? And why don't you do this for at least 10 minutes a day to start? When you say something, think about what you just said and ask yourself, wow, would an enlightened being say that? Just do it for fun, would you? And do it for everyone else. Okay? So anyways, we'll have Andrew on about the Cell Sonic. And I just love everybody talking about the med bed. We haven't seen one yet. And when they do come out, there'll be $1 million and everyone is blah, 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 blah. Well, I've got the Cell Sonic and it'll outshoot the med bed. There you go. All right, are we done yet? So tell me what's real and not unreal. Did you hear? Did you hear? No, I want to see it. I want to believe it. Let's show it. Come on, stop it. And then after that at 2:30, I'll have Tom, who invented the Avicen, which increases circulation more than any other device, also puts you in a parasympathetic state and starts to teach you how to love yourself. Isn't that something? Wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, we'll be back in about, I'd say 15 minutes, okay? And because I'm sure everybody had a brain fart, okay? Have a beautiful day. If you want to come back, come back. If not, take care, Braveheart. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. we want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite. You were created by your Creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the Whole Life Coach certification is all about. In the Whole Life Coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico, and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body, so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. you've got the time, and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.